So, you have another Sword Art Online for me? Yes, sir, I do. And after the success of last season... You mean the complete and utter destruction of the brand? Right, that. I was thinking we go back to basics this time around. Oh, like back to the original death game functionality of SAO? No, I'm thinking back to fairy tales. Ah, okay. What? So this government organization called Wrath is trying to make AI a reality by creating this simulated AI world that's not at all based on Alice in Wonderland. By the way, it is called the Underworld, though. Wait, so this company, Wrath, has made a whole world where people can think and act for themselves, yes? Yes. Then aren't they already artificial intelligence? Well, no, because you see, they don't kill each other or do any sort of general violence to one another, so, you know, they can't really be truly intelligent beings until they start to do, you know, those things. Fair point, we are known for how much we like to kill each other. And so then one day, child Kirito and his friends Yu-Gi-Oh! And Alice are gonna be playing, and they're gonna decide to go up into the mountains for some fun. Wait, why is Kirito a child? No further questions, please. And then they're gonna find a dead dragon's corpse with a magical future plot point laying near it. A what? Well, I mean, it's a magical ice sword, but that is a future plot point rather than a current one, so we are just gonna completely ignore it. Wait, why did they just leave a magical sword on the ground? Because instead, they're gonna go to the dark dimension. The dark dimension? You know, the dark dimension. Wrong side of the tracks, no zone, just a generic bad place to go. Well, why is it a bad place to go? Because it is. Well, why though? Because we need a reason for Alice to get in trouble and then get taken away, so I thought this place would be a good way to accomplish that. Oh, and does she? Yes, she does, and after putting exactly one fingertip into the no zone, she's gonna get arrested for treason. Yikes, that's harsh. I mean, did Kirito and the other guy at least try to save her? Yeah, they try, but Yu-Gi-Oh's got this really weird eye disease that's gonna keep him from doing anything to move the plot forward for a little while. Well, that is definitely a weird eye disease for sure. And then Kirito's gonna wake up in the real world for about half a second before he gets stabbed with a magical plot device that sent him comatose. Oh no! And so then Wrath, they're gonna take him way out into the ocean to this place called the Ocean Turtle, where they're gonna plug him into the underworld and, you know, try to fix his brain. How is plugging someone who's comatose up to a VR game gonna help? Unclear, but this way he's stuck in the game with no way to get out, and so we are back to our root. Mission complete! So now that we're back on track, is this actually good again? Sort of, I guess. And so then adult Kirito's gonna meet an adult Yu-Gi-Oh! Who doesn't remember him for some reason. Why wouldn't he remember him? I mean, he was there the day Alice was taken away. Surely that was a very vivid memory in his mind. Oh yeah, well you see the thing about that is in this story, people are gonna have this kind of very convenient amnesia when it comes to remembering specific plot points. Oh, movie amnesia. Yeah, I'm familiar. And then after they retrieve the magical ice sword from some goblins and then use it to cut down a giant tree, Kirito's gonna have his own magic sword. The sword made out of wood doesn't sound very durable, sharp, or shiny. Well, no, it's a sword made from a magical tree, so it's basically just metal. Well, then why not just make it metal? Because this way, neither of the main characters have a sword that's made out of metal. I mean, is that important in any way? Moving on, so then they're gonna decide to enroll in the Imperial Academy together. Oh, what does that mean? It means that the graduates, they get to become Integrity Knights. Maybe. It's kind of unclear. What's an Integrity Knight? Essentially just people who wear brightly colored armor and wield obscure but seriously overpowered abilities. Oh, so it's like a My Hero Academia kind of deal. Yeah, kind of like that. So anyway, after 2 years there... Whoa, wait, 2 years? What happened in those 2 years? Nothing of note, I'm assuming, but then one night they're gonna stop some people from doing some bad things to some other people and maybe kill them in the process, which is gonna get them arrested, but it is also gonna cure Yu-Gi-Oh's eye disease. Well, I mean, they did kill some people, to be fair. Then they're gonna find out that their captor is actually Alice, who's now an Integrity Knight and doesn't remember them at all. Whoa, wait, so you're telling me all they had to do to find Alice was commit a crime? They didn't have to go to school for that. It does seem like a waste of time in hindsight, though, but this way we can have them fight the Integrity Knights in a believable way without showing any training montages, because a large fight is coming up. Oh, we do, huh? Yeah, and this little girl called Cardinal is gonna save them from their cell and tell them all about the fact that this world is run by an evil administrator at the very top of this very tall building. Oh, no. And so she tells them that they've got to kill her, but she also gives them some stuff to help them do it. What kind of skills? Well, she's gonna power up their swords with all these new abilities, right? I thought the swords were already magic. Well, they were magic, but now they're even more magic. More magic is good for sure. And now they can do this thing like release armamento, and then, you know, it makes it shiny. Oh, cool. Or, you know, you can say release recollection, it's gonna make an explosion. Oh, even more. Very, very cool. And now they've got to play a medieval Donkey Kong and get to the top of this very, very tall tower and kill the evil queen on top of it. Okay, and then they have to face, like, rolling barrels along the way? Sort of, in the form of all the Integrity Knights are gonna be there and blocking their way. Oh, Integrity Knights. Sounds like these guys are gonna be hard to beat. Actually, super simple. Barely an annoyance. Oh, really? Yeah, this first one's gonna be like this fire arrow guy that Yu-Gi-Oh's gonna just easily defeat, but then they're gonna realize that he was actually the one who took away Alice that day, but he's got no memory of it. Oh, does he have the movie amnesia as well? No, actually, it turns out that Administrator takes away the memories of the Integrity Knights and makes them think that they're actually like medieval angels or something like that. Wait, so she can erase people's memories, so why not erase the memories of the people who also knew them back before they were Integrity Knights? Seems like Seems like you'd want to do that. Because, you know, that's a lot of work, and she just likes to sleep all day. Sleep is important, even for evil queens. And so next up, we've got this pair, not at all ripped off from the shining little girl integrity knights. Oh, are they gonna talk in unison and walk eerily in sync down long hallways? No, they're gonna stab Kirito and Yujio with some sort of paralysis poison, and then drag them up to the 15th floor. If their goal was to kill them, then why didn't they, you know, kill them? Why'd they bother dragging them up to the 15th floor? So that they could do it in front of the older integrity knights whose respect they want to gain. And what's the real reason? To fill the stair climbing scene with a bunch of backstory that I totally forgot was even a thing until I started writing the script. What? Nothing. And so then Kirito, he's gonna decide that he doesn't want to be poisoned anymore, and he's gonna take their knives and poison them. And to get over the paralysis. Cause he's Kirito. Right, I forgot about that. And so next up is this lady knight with the power of freaking mirrors. A lady with the power of what? Well, essentially, she's gonna use the power of every single mirror in the world to create a freaking laser beam out of her sword. Okay, and how are they gonna manage to defeat her? Well, Yujio's gonna go enhance armamento and, you know, freeze her companions. Nice. Then Kirito's also gonna go enhance armamento and use, purple magic mist to throw up onto the ceiling. Oh, so she dead then? No, because you see, they decide to save her using one of those 2 magical swords that Cardinal gave them to, you know, kill the administrator. Couldn't they have just carried her to a hospital room or something? It seems like they'd want to save those weapons meant for the final boss for, you know, the final boss. I mean, yeah, they should have, but, you know, this way the big final fight is a lot bigger and a lot more fighting. Never mind, I'm okay with it now. And then we're gonna go up this magical elevator where we're gonna meet Alice again. Oh, Alice! Alright, I suppose it's time I finally ask since we've heard so much about her. What's she like? Well, her sword's also made from a tree, and Kirito and Alice, they're gonna fight and they're gonna, you know, fall out the window. Didn't really answer my question of what's she like, but oh no! Well, now Kirito and Alice, they're gonna have some time to chat, and then Alice is gonna realize that, you know, Kirito's actually not such a bad guy, so she's gonna shrug off that weird eye disease and decide that, you know, she's a good guy now. Also, she wears an eye patch. Cool. And then Yujio, he's gonna fight against the captain of the Integrity Knights, Cooley, right? Oh, and what's this, I don't know, something Cooley like? What's this Kool-Aid guy like? Well, he's got the power to control time, so, you know, he's definitely hard to beat. Oh, and how's Yujio gonna manage to defeat him if he controls literal time? Well, Yujio, he's gonna realize that Cooley, he's kind of old, and so he's gonna challenge him to an endurance contest of, you know, who will freeze to death last. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, and it looks like it's gonna work for a moment, but then this clown guy is gonna show up. Wait, there's a clown dude? Who's he? Not important, he will never be mentioned again, and then he's gonna take Yujio to see the administrator lady. Oh, and I'm assuming they put him in cage, or at the very least some chains before they go and meet her, right? No, not really, he's just gonna stick him in the room with her. Well, I mean, what if he tries to stab her with the magical weapons that are meant to kill specifically her? Well, no, he doesn't, because, you know, she takes off her clothes. Oh, it's like that, huh? Maybe, but this way Administrator can turn Yujio into the 32nd Integrity Knight, and he can fight his friends. Oh. For about 5 minutes until he decides that he doesn't want to fight his friends, and so, you know, he's gonna turn right on Administrator. Wait, if the turnaround happens that quickly, then why'd you even bother? So that we can shove an extra episode or 2 in there. Oh, gotcha. Then we're gonna have a giant final fight between Alice, Kirito, Yujio, and Administrator, right? Oh, and how's that gonna go? Well, Administrator, she's gonna pull out like a giant mecha suit. Oh no! And then Yujio decides that, hey, in order to fix this, I've got to turn myself into a sword and die. I mean, was there another way out besides killing one of the main characters? There is literally no way for me to verify that, and so Yujio, he's gonna turn into a sword and die. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty sad. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like he was gonna be, you know, a very, very important character moving forward, especially because we actually gave him a rare Sword Art Online treatment of character development. Yeah, it sure seemed that way, huh? But no, he's definitely dead now, and he's not coming back. At least until we need him to. What? And then Kirito's gonna decide that it's about time he turned on his admin powers, and he's gonna stab Administrator right through the chest. Oh, so she's dead then. I don't know, it's kind of unclear. Could you clear it up? Nope, and so then Kirito, he's gonna call the outside world and realize that the ocean turtle, it's actually under attack. Well, who's it under attack by? Wait for it, and then shady government dude is gonna tell Kirito he's gotta head to World's End Altar with Alice. Well, where is this World's End Altar, and why does he need to go there? Wait for it, and then the intruders, they're gonna cut the power line and absolutely fry Kirito's brain in the process. They fry his brain? That sounds pretty serious. And then, season's over. We're done. Wait, what about all those questions I just had? Oh, those can wait till next season. Wait, could you at least answer what happened to Kirito? I mean, it seems like his brain being fried was the reason he was in that position to start with. Nope, not at all, but I do have some good news for you. What's that? I just got a call from the investors, and we are so back. So, you have a Spy X Family for me? Yes, sir, I do. And you remember when you told me you wanted half the budget for this one because season 1 was too expensive? I think I said half your salary. Well, I've solved it by making it, you know, half as long. Oh, does that mean we're gonna be focusing on quality instead of quantity this time around? Not at all. It's just, it's halved for, like, no apparent reason at all. Sure, why not, I guess. So what happens in this thing? Well, you know, first thing that's gonna happen is she's gonna be on a mission and she's gonna get shot in the butt. Okay. Which is, you know, funny, so please laugh. I mean, please laugh. It's not that funny. Well, what if She grimaces in pain with every single waking step. Do you even know what humor is? Yes, this right here, so laugh, please. No. Alright, fine. So then anyway, Lloyd's gonna see her and realize that, she's got something going on with her, so he's gonna try to cheer her up. And what is he gonna do exactly? Well, he's gonna have this amazing idea to take her out on a date, and she's gonna be in pain the whole time. That sounds, awful. Aha, but did I mention that Anya's gonna be tailing them? Anya's doing that? I can only guess that's gonna go very badly. Oh, absolutely. I mean, Lloyd's gonna notice, immediately. Yeah, that checks out. And then there's gonna be this evildoer at the restaurant that recognizes Yor, and he's gonna try to slip her a drink full of poison, and, suddenly the pain's all gone. Why? Oh, well, you see, because the thing about Yor is, she's immune to poisons, I decided. That makes sense. I mean, we can't have a main character dying on us. Exactly, and so Anya, knowing what this bad guy did, is just gonna, take care of him with a jar of explosive peanuts. Since when did peanuts explode? Since exactly this point in time, right now. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because, Yor's happy now, so we're moving on. On to what? Well, you remember Bond, right? Oh, James Bond. No. Oh, the not at all related TV show Bondman. No, like the dog Bond. Oh, yeah, the future-seeing dog, I remember him. Exactly, so he's gonna see a future vision of, where he dies from eating Yor's dinner, so, he's gonna try to help Lloyd finish up his mission early so he can come home and cook him dinner that he won't die from. Okay. And then Damien's gonna go on this, explorationary trip where he's gonna learn the value of taking a break sometime. Hey, can I ask you something? Aha, in a moment. And so then Yuri, he's gonna try to, arrest this guy who's selling, defamatory articles about the East to the West, right? Just a moment of your time would suffice. And then Anya's gonna play a game of Old Maid with her classmates to decide who's gonna get these macaroons. Supposedly, if you eat them, you become an Imperial Scholar. Shut up! Whoa! What are you doing? What do you mean exactly? This is like a sitcom where nothing happens and every episode's plot is different. Speaking of which, where is the plot? Oh, the plot. Yeah, that's just hiding until I decide that I need it. I'm just gonna say, I think you need it. Really? Because I had this amazing idea where the informant character is gonna try to catch this girl's cat to impress her. I'm gonna warm this one up. Oh my gosh. Alright, if you insist, I guess we can move on to plot. So, I guess she's gonna be offered a mission, right? Oh, this sounds interesting. What kind of mission is it? The kind of mission where she has to protect a mother and her infant child from a bunch of gang members who want to KO them. Oh, actually sounds very interesting. It is gonna be interesting, because guess what? It's on a cruise boat. Oh, nice. And because, we can't actually split up the main cast. Lloyd and Anya, they're gonna also be joining. Wait, isn't it Yor's mission? Why would anyone else be there? Yeah, well, the thing about that is Anya's gonna very conveniently win a raffle for a cruise boat that just happens to be going at the exact same time and place as Yor's cruise boat. Well, isn't that convenient? It sure is, but the thing about this cruise boat is that it's packed full with assassins who want to kill the targets that Yor's supposed to be protecting. Okay, sure, why not? The thing about this boat is that it's wired for sound, so Yor's constantly gonna be under attack by assassins. At what point are they gonna realize that the ship is bugged? Seemingly Yor never does, although Lloyd does notice, immediately. Oh yeah, Lloyd, what's he doing while, his wife murders a bunch of people? Trying on weird clothes, mostly? Is that something that anyone wants to see? Probably not, but we're gonna do it anyway. And so then after a few days on the boat, the targets are going to be rendezvousing with the boat to take them to a safe country, and it's all gonna happen during a fireworks show. Oh, fireworks, yay! The thing is, though, the bad guys have intercepted Yor's plan, so they're all gonna be waiting for it, and it's gonna be like a big final fight. Oh, what's gonna happen there? Well, first it's gonna look like Yor, she might be getting a little bit defeated here. Oh, no! But then, she realizes that she can't die, because, she's a main character. Oh, I guess that is for sure true. And so she's gonna manage to defeat the bad guys. How did she manage that? Well, Anya's gonna conveniently run into the situation and throw Yor her missing stabbing thingy. And it's gonna land right next to her. Sort of. One of the assassins is gonna step on it and accidentally shoot his other friend while landing simultaneously on his face, and then Yor's gonna notice that her knife is there. Is this a comedy show now? For 2 seconds it absolutely is gonna be. And so then Lloyd, he's gonna realize that there are a lot of bombs on this ship, right? Bombs? How many? A vague amount leaning towards a lot. Oh no, I mean, what is he gonna do? Immediately don a face and decide to help the Secret Service, dismantle them. And the police aren't at all suspicious of this random guy they've never heard of coming up to them and knowing how to disable this exact type of bomb. Yep, turns out they don't think twice about it. Okay, so does that mean that, everything's okay now? Well, not quite, because, the head bad guys, they're gonna be escaping on this little raft, right? Oh no, it sounds like it'll be difficult to stop them if they're already in a little boat. Actually, super simple, barely an annoyance. Oh, really? Yeah, Lloyd's just gonna take this one bomb and a clock and throw it over the edge of the boat, and it's gonna conveniently hit the bad guys all the way down there in their raft. Wow, that is convenient. I know, right? So anyway, after all that stuff's happened, the family's gonna reunite and have sort of this nice little vacation on this island, right? Oh, what are they gonna do on this island? Well, let me tell you, they're gonna be standing around and smiling, because there's gonna be a lot of smiling. Yeah, that sounds like what a vacation would look like, to me at least. Right, and so the Anya, she's gonna arrive back at class and try to impress all her schoolmates with, what happened on her vacation. Doesn't she go to school with, a bunch of rich kids who have probably taken way more extravagant vacations than her? Well, it turns out that, yes, they have. They're gonna laugh at her, a lot. So what was the point of that? To fill time, sir. I mean, we got 2 whole episodes left. Wait, 2 more? And so Anya's friend Becky is finally gonna get to meet Lloyd, and, we're gonna have this nice will they, won't they kind of thing going on, where, will Lloyd leave his wife at the behest of a literal 6-year-old? Well, I mean, surely no, right? No. Wait, did you just roll a die? Yeah, I did. What if that dice had come up negative? I mean, would Lloyd have left Yor to go live with Becky? Yes. Oh my gosh. And so Bond, he's gonna foresee like a burning building, and he's gonna get Lloyd to come in, help him save like a puppy, and also catch the arsonist who did it. Oh, would you look at the time? Yeah. What? But we've still got like 55 minutes left in this meeting. Don't care. You know, we're stopping it right here. I can't take another second of this. All right. I guess you know, what did you think? Honestly, kind of felt like one plot arc surrounded by like an inescapable lake of filler. Good, that is what I was going for. I mean, honestly, does like anyone even like the filler? I don't know. I mean, I think you might be surprised. So, you have a more unrealistic number of girlfriends for me? Yes, sir, I do. Great, so who are the new girlfriends on the block? Well, first of all, we're gonna have this girl Kurumi, right? Ah, Kurumi, what's her deal? Well, you know, she's just the smallest, cutest, most well-mannered, super amazingly huge glutton. That's not a trope. It is now. You gotta at least give her something else. It's not gonna work on its own, so, you know, maybe give her some Sundari power so she's kinda like Karane. Okay, sure, so she likes to eat, but maybe occasionally she'll be a sidekick with Karane when it comes to, you know, kicking and punching things. I like it! And so upon looking at each other's faces all of one time, Rentaro and Kurumi, they decide they're in love now. Okay, that is pretty fast. I feel like it definitely at least took some amount of time last season for them to, you know, get smoochy-like. Yeah, well I figure if that's just how we do it for like all the girlfriends, that way we can actually get to the important stuff faster. And what's that? Oh, get ready for this. It's a food fight. Oh, are they gonna do that thing where, you know, they fight with pepperoni swords and the winner gets to eat the loser's pepperoni sword? No, more like they're just gonna enter into an eating contest and the last one or team standing gets to try this new amazing gelato. Can they buy this gelato someplace else? It seems like a lot of trouble to go through just for a simple gelato. Apparently not, and so the Rentaro family, they're gonna enter this competition where they're gonna be fighting against this guy who's like Iron Man if he was, you know, a sumo wrestler. Wait, is that even allowed? Well, it definitely shouldn't be, because it turns out that this Iron Man sumo wrestler guy is actually cheating because he has this thing where all the food goes to a tank inside his stomach. Oh no! But with the power of Rentaro being the best boyfriend that anyone has ever seen. Wait, is that a superpower now? In this case, it definitely is, because he's gonna manage to defeat the sumo wrestler Iron Man and win the gelato for the whole team. Wait, do they ever find out about the sumo Iron Man cheating? I mean, you know, not really. So presumably he's just gonna go on winning via cheating and all the other food competitions that the Rentaro family isn't gonna be a part of? Alright, you're getting too hung up on details that really don't matter. The point is the Rentaro family won the gelato and Kurumi, she's extremely happy because of it. Oh, happy, huh? How happy we talking? Happy enough to kiss Rentaro and be like, you taste good. Human beings tasting good is lit. Oh, no, that doesn't sound right at all. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, then we're gonna meet this new girlfriend, Mei-san, who's a maid of Ahari. A girl named Mei is, you know, a maid. Who could have guessed that? I know, right? And I was thinking we could do that thing we did with Ahari where we don't actually put her in any of the openings, endings, or main visual, or any promotional material, so that way it's kind of like a surprise when she shows up. Why? Cause that works. And so in the spirit of Mei-san, all the girls are gonna dress up as maids, and Rentro's gonna dress up as a butler. Wait, why would they do that? Well, you know, out of respect to Mei-san's profession, and also Ahari made the clothes, so they don't want to disappoint her. Just kinda doesn't seem like these characters would do something like that. I mean, Karane and Kurumi would surely object. Listen, sir, do you want to see the main cast dressed in maid outfits or not? Oh, yes, please. And so anyway, they're all gonna decide to have a water gun fight, wherein the winner gets a huggy kissy from Rentaro. A huggy what? Kinda like a hug mixed with a kiss? Then why not just say, you know, you're gonna get a kiss and there's gonna be a hug in there as well? Because I came up with the term of huggy kissy and took the time to patent it, so I'm definitely just putting it in there. You know that any patent you have while you work with this company is technically owned by the company, right? No, I did not know that, no. Anyway, now knowing that we have a new piece of intellectual property under our belt, who's gonna get the huggy kissy? Well, looks like Mei-san's gonna win, but she accidentally goes and hugs a super soaked Ahari, so Rentaro declares them all the winners. So they're all gonna get the huggy kissy. Indeed we do, and we're gonna get a real close-up of Mei-san's huggy kissy. Did you need to specify that? Yes, we absolutely do. And then anyway, this next girl is gonna be like this sporty, baseball-loving, tomboy kind of girl. Iku, right? Oh, and what is she like? Oh, well, you know, she's a complete masochist who regularly asks people to smack her butt with a bat. Sounds like my type. What? And so the Rentaro family, they decide they gotta help her win a baseball game. If she's a baseball player, then doesn't she already have a team with her? Nah, they're all off training in America, and if the girls' baseball team doesn't win this game, then they're gonna be disbanded. Oh no! And so then, of course, the Rentaro family, including Rentaro, are gonna play in a girls' baseball game with absolutely no prior training. Whoa, wait, the male Rentaro is gonna be playing in the girls' baseball team. Isn't that definitely against the rules? Well, normally yes, but in this particular instance, the opposing team is either seriously doping or probably aliens, because they're super jacked, and they're also fueled by the prospect of a free meal. That is the second best motivator in my experience. Wait, then what's the first? You know what? Never mind. So anyway, we're gonna learn that Iku, she has a traumatic backstory that renders her incapable of hitting the ball with the bat. What's that? Well, Hell, she hit a home run once and the ball accidentally hit someone in the stands in the head. Yikes, were they okay? Oh yeah, she's completely fine, but we need some level of character development for Iku, so, you know, the bases are gonna be loaded and she's gonna be up, and the Rentaro family's gonna have to give her a pep talk. Ooh, a pep talk, huh? What are they gonna tell her? They're gonna say the most inspired words in the English, Japanese, or whatever language. They're gonna look her in the face and be like, hey, you can do it. Oh, I feel so invigorated. I feel like I could do anything right now. And so she's gonna step up to the plate and hit the ball so hard that her clothes are gonna freaking explode and she's gonna be hitting the ball in her underwear. Okay, when I said anything, I didn't mean that. And so Rentaro, he's gonna manage to catch the fly ball and win the game for Team Rentaro Familia. Oh, nice. Then Iku, she's gonna come running up and give him a little kiss. In her underwear in front of presumably tens of people. Exactly. Maybe I should try that. I wouldn't recommend it. And so anyway, then we're gonna move on to the next girlfriend, this girl called Mimi. Oh, and what's this girl who likes to scream all about me about? Not really what I meant, but anyway, she's like a beauty-obsessed high school student who immediately upon seeing Rentaro decides to give him a makeover and deck him out in Louis Vuitton clothes, you know, as a high schooler. Yeah, that sounds like high school to me. Then we're gonna find out that Mimi and Nano, they've got a bit of a backstory together. What's that? Nano beat Mimi in a beauty contest that Mimi entered her in without her knowledge or consent. Okay. And then upon hearing that Nano is part of the Rentaro family, Mimi is gonna request a beauty search to determine which of them should stay and which of them should leave. What is a beauty search? Essentially, they're just gonna list all the girlfriend's nice points, and the first to 3 wins the round. Okay, and how does that end? Well, Rentaro's just gonna deface his entire body to get them to realize that, hey, maybe they should speak 2 sentences to each other and work this thing out. The power of 2 whole sentences compels you. And then we're gonna have this thing where Hahari, she's gonna take a drug that makes her hair completely sentient. Since when could drugs do that? Since always. And so then this drug, it's gonna, like, take over the entire world and then capture all of its citizens and make all the girls do, like, things with tentacles. What's happening to the dudes then? Not important, so then Rentaro, he's gonna dive headfirst from a helicopter into the eye of the storm to save Hahari, right? Whoa, where did Rentaro get a helicopter? Oh, Lady Plot Convenience gave it to him, and then he's gonna meet Hahari and try to convince her to, you know, stop doing weird things with tentacles to the world's population. Ooh, convincing someone whose sentient hair has managed to capture the entire population of planet Earth to stop? Sounds like that'll be difficult. Actually, super simple. Barely an annoyance. Oh, really? Yeah, Rentaro's just gonna kind of be like, hey, you know, stop, please. And she does. Yeah, pretty much. And you know, all that extra hair is gonna get sent right into the sun, which helps to prevent a new ice age. So, you know, Hahari, she kinda saved the planet. Oh, she did, huh? And somehow no one was harmed in the process. What about the air traffic controllers? What about the people actively driving on the highway? What about the people who had active stovetops going? Hey, shut up. And so then we're gonna meet the final girlfriend of the season. Oh, who is this? Well, her name's Meme, and she kinda likes to crochet all these little plushies, right? A crochet girl, huh? I think we're running out of tropes pretty fast. It is gonna seem that way for sure, but you know, the thing about Meme is whenever anyone compliments her, she's just gonna use the power of misdirection to teleport very far away. You know, I don't think that's how misdirection works. Well, it is now, and so Rentaro, he's gonna arrange a game of hide and seek for the Rentaro family. How's that gonna go? Well, Meme, she's gonna win. A girl who likes to hide wins a hide-and-seek contest? Wow, you're really swinging for the fences there. And so then Rentaro, he's gonna have the bright idea to kiss her in a way that she can't possibly get away from it. Oh, how's he managed to do that? He's gonna do it really fast like a speedrunner. Speedrunner, but for kissing. That sounds like I could be something. Sounds illegal in all honesty. And then Karade, she's gonna decide that she doesn't want to be a tsundere anymore. Oh no, why? Not important at all. And so anyway, she's gonna drink this desundifying medicine that's gonna remove all the sunder waves from her. And those sunder waves are what make a tsundere. Oh, is that how you make a tsundere? That's what we're going with. But then she decides that she wants to be a tsundere again. And she's gonna drink the resundifying medicine and it doesn't work. Oh no, what are they gonna do? Well, the first thing they're gonna do is try to grope her chest with Iron Man's gauntlets. What? And so the second thing they're gonna do is try to get all the rest of everyone's sunder waves into Karane through Rentaro. Oh, does that work? Ah, well, let's see. Yeah, let's just say it works. Nice. And so then we're gonna have all the girlfriends say really nice things about Rentaro. Oh, how sweet. And then Rentaro, being Rentaro, is gonna respond with a freaking thesis about all of the good points of each of his girlfriends. We might have to speed that one up for runtime purposes. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. But anyway, that's the end of the season. What did you think? I liked it. You know, I gotta tell you, I think this thing has great meme potential. What? So, you have another anime of a slightly magical high school for me. Yes, sir, I do. And this time I'm thinking we're gonna pull a Star Trek. What do you mean, consistently get worse and worse over the years until the point where in the modern era there are 5 currently running TV shows and no one's watching a single one of them? No, that'll come a little later down the line, but for right now, I was thinking we'd do kind of a next generation type thing. So same universe, but, you know, different characters, right? What are we thinking? We do like the Kirk to Picard thing and make Tatsuya just an old man? Okay, I think you're leaning just way too far into the Star Trek analogy. I'm just saying that, you know, there's gonna be a new year of students students enrolling in the vaguely magical high school. Oh, I see. So it's not really the next generation so much as it is the next level in the same generation. Pretty much, yeah. But we are going to meet some new characters, such as the little twin sisters of the former student council president. Oh, cool. What are they like? Well, one is shy and one is aggressive, and you know, they're both very... Hey, what was that? Oh yeah, that's a new thing I installed where, you know, if I start talking about characters longer than the amount of screen time they have, it goes off. So the twins are gonna have about 5 seconds of screen time each, yeah. And actually, that's more than some other main characters have, so they should be happy for that. Wait, so you mean like Erica and Leo and Lena, all these relationships that Tatsuya's been slowly building over the past 2 seasons in movies are just kinda gonna be... thrown out? Well, let me tell you, they're gonna... Yikes. Yeah, I know, right? Not only is it super annoying, but it's also gonna get people to keep watching. What? Anyways, we've also got this guy Shippo, right? He's gonna be kinda mean to the twins at first. Well, does this guy maybe have like a grudge against their family or something? I used to have one of those until I dealt with it. Sure, if you want to give a character development to this very minor character who's probably not going to get mentioned again, sure, go ahead, I'm not going to stop you. But the first arc's pretty much just going to culminate in him and the twins having a little mock battle where the winner is going to get a... Oh, wait, seriously? Yeah, so anyway, moving on. Whoa, hold on, what was the result of the mock battle, though? Who won? Not important, so then we're gonna move on to a conspiracy, right? Oh, conspiracy, huh? What's this all about? Well, you know, it's once again time for the 9 schools competition. Again, huh? They have them every anime year. Okay, so how long is that in terms of actual years that we're currently living with our human lives? Oh, you know, it's just, 10, 27, 3 years. What? Oh, I'm sorry, did I stutter? Oh, yeah, you kinda did, yeah. Anyway, then the people in charge of making changes to the 9 school competition are going to decide they should make some changes to the 9 schools competition, and one of those things is introducing an event called the steeplechase. That sounds like a crazy complicated name. What even is that? Oh, it's essentially just a team race that ends up being through a forest. Then why not just call it that? I don't really know. You know what? Blame the French. They hosted the Olympics last year. Oh yeah, that is a good idea actually. Sure, we'll do that. Oh yeah, you know, and while we're at it, you know, maybe we can also blame them for just, you know, anything else we feel like. Oh, it was just xenophobia. Alright, never mind. And so Tatsuya and Miyuki, they think it's kind of weird that the steeplechase was introduced, because it kind of stinks of the military, right? Like gunpowder or something? Oh no, more like this very common military training course has been introduced into a school competition full of just all the experimental weapons that they're gonna test on said students. What? And Tatsuya and Miyuki, they decide they've got to stop this from happening, right? Oh, that sounds like it's gonna be difficult for Tatsuya to do. Oh, actually super simple. Barely an annoyance. Oh, really? Wow, well, you see, Tatsuya, he's gonna use his insanely overpowered protagonist powers to stop it by thinking about stopping it. It doesn't really sound like it's gonna be that entertaining for the audience to watch, though. Did I mention we're gonna have explosions and flashing lights and cool futuristic DNA strands? Oh, okay, we should be fine then. And then, you know, their school is gonna win the 9 school competition, obviously. Obviously. They find out that this guy, Ganjin Zo, who's like a big boss down in Chinatown, kind of staged the whole thing. Turns out he's been pulling the strings since season 1. Oh, this guy sounds like a very, very bad guy. Oh, well, you know, he's just the worst because of all the evil things he does, but most of them do, in fact, happen off screen, so we're not gonna actually see any of it. That is the best way to conduct evil deeds, in the shadows where no one can see, so they're kind of left guessing, you know, if you're really a bad guy doing this, especially given how, you know, charismatic you are. We are gonna see him murder one semi-important individual, though, which is gonna lead Tatsuya onto his trail. Cool. And so does that mean that Tatsuya's on his trail now? Yeah, I mean, you know, he's gonna spend, like, quite a few episodes in Nara just kind of looking for the dude. Okay. We're also gonna get attacked by Zhao's minions, just, you know, left, right, and center, so we can get some casual action in there. But, you know, you gotta have some obligatory action scenes of high schoolers beating the crap out of people who are 10 years older than them and vastly more experienced. But essentially, they're not gonna find him, no. Then what was the point of that adventure? You know, just to kill some screen time and have some semi-cool action sequences that are really just distracting from the fact that nothing's happening plot-wise. Smart. And eventually Tatsuya is gonna find the guy, and it's gonna be a big old final fight between the two of them, where, you know, we're not really sure who's gonna win. Is it Tatsuya? Ah, dang it. Well, I mean, the dude's never really lost a fight before. I find it hard to believe that he would start now. Oh yeah, I guess that is kind of true, huh? Well, what if Zhao blew himself up so that it's not so much that Tatsuya won, it's more like just Zhao lost? Yeah, that's a hard pass on that. Okay, I think I will keep the idea of him randomly exploding in there, though. Yeah, I mean, I assume it will make sense with whatever character arc we give this guy. Sure. Anyway, what's gonna happen next? Oh, you know, just the general congratulations, happy times at the end of the season, and a little bit of light incest between Tatsuya and Miyuki, and a little bit of real incest with this guy Minoru. What? And their particular high school is gonna win the 9 schools thesis competition, of course. Well, I mean, of course. And then, Yeah, that's it. So we're done then.
Yeah. We're gonna get on out of there. Almost like, you know, this is the point where I kind of just passed out from too much, juice.
You had too much what?
What?
Never mind. But I suppose now that we've done 3 seasons and 2 movies, I should probably ask, do you have a season 4 in the works?
Oh, yeah. Well, first we had season 1, and then, you know, we had the movie, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, we had season 2, and then we had another movie.
Okay.
And now we have season 3, so... Can you guess what's gonna come next?
Oh, I know. It's a live-action remake.
Oh my gosh, what is it with you and giving that answer? It's not the correct answer when the waitress at the Chinese restaurant asked if you want more dumplings, and it's not the correct answer now.
Okay, geez, how about stage play?
No.
Comic book.
This is already based on a book.
Oh, wait, I know. Is it that thing where it's shorter than a television show, but somehow makes way more money than it because it's shown exclusively in this little tiny dark room that you have to pay an entrance fee to get into, sometimes months ahead of time?
Oh my gosh.
So, you have another shieldy hero for me?
Yes, sir, I do. And I'm assuming you remember where we left off the last season, right?
I absolutely do not.
Oh, that is actually, it's probably fine. And so anyway, Naofumi's gonna be flying on Gaia to this place, Kitenlo, right? Which is like not Japan. Definitely not Japan.
And why is he doing that?
Well, at the end of last season, Raftalia wore some, you know, red and white robes, and so, you know, clearly that means only one thing. She wants to be the emperor of a place she's literally never heard of before.
Clearly.
And so Naofumi, he's going to this place, Siltavet, right? Because it's the only place with trading ships to not Japan.
And so he's going to arrive in Siltavet, and then he's going to book a ship, and, you know, we'll probably be in and out in, like, 1 episode, right?
Well, you know, not quite, because, you know, Siltavet is, like, it's, like, founded by a previous shield hero, so they worship him as, like, a god there, right? So, and he's pretty much the king as well.
Okay, so he's going to arrive, have some pomp and circumstance, and then he'll get to the ship. So probably around 2 episodes, right?
Try 6.
What? That's like half the season.
Exactly.
Do you worry that spending so much time on this side quest will make the actual, you know, important part of the season feel rushed?
Never even crossed my mind. And so then anyway, Naofumi's gonna arrive in Siltavet, and everyone is just so happy to see him.
Oh, well, you know, he must like that.
He will hate every single moment of it, especially the part where all the nobles send their, you know, young daughters to him while he's in the bath.
Oh no, how is he gonna fix such a precarious situation?
Well, he's the shield hero, so he uses shields.
Oh, he's gonna, oh, I see. Okay, I guess if that was your goal, then yeah, you should definitely do that.
And then we're gonna meet this lion guy, Duralis, right?
Oh, what's this guy who's lying so roar? What's this Rory guy like?
Well, you have the White Tiger siblings full on Atla, right? Because, you know, he killed their father.
Oh, that is just so not good.
No, it's not. And so then anyway, after Naofumi survives the poisoning attempt...
Wait, who tried to poison the shield hero in broad daylight?
Not important because he had antidote ready to go for everyone.
Well, how did he know to do that?
Oh yeah, I should have mentioned at the start of the season, we find out the Queen of Melmorak gave Naofumi the script for this part of the show.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that would do it.
And so anyway, Naofumi decides that Duralis probably did these things, so he's gonna suggest a duel with him.
Oh, and how does that go?
Well, Full and Atla are gonna fight him, and Full decides that it's time to level up.
Oh, and how are we gonna show that?
Well, get this, the White Tiger is gonna turn into a frickin' white tiger, and so, you know, he's gonna smack Duralis to the ground over the course of, 2 episodes.
Wait, did you say 2 episodes?
And so the Naofumi's won the fight, he can actually go to not Japan now.
Wait, was that the condition of the duel? I thought he just wanted to, you know, bring justice who is would-be poison.
Apparently, and so he's gonna take, like, all the main characters and all the side characters on the ship there, right? But there's a problem. Not Japan sent assassins to kill Naofumi and all his crew before they managed to land there, and, you know, they're impervious to all hero magic.
Oh no, if the heroes can't attack them, then what can they possibly do against this foe? By jumping off the side of a ship. Well, I guess that is one strategy.
It does end up working out, though, because, you know, Raftalia, Sedina, Naofumi, and, you know, Gaialand, they actually end up on the shores of not Japan, thanks to the water dragon.
Wait, what's this about, a water dragon?
Oh, the water dragon is like the, you know, the protector of not Japan, and, you know, it's a mystical beast that's going to communicate several times non-verbally with the characters.
So it's just something that drives the plot forward.
Essentially, yes, and so then it's going to tell them through this classic non-verbal communication style that, you know, they got to destroy this lighthouse to remove the barrier that stops anyone from landing on the island so that, you know, their friends can land on the island.
Wait, if no one can get in, then how did Naofumi and, like, half his crew get in? Because, you know what, that works.
Great, and so anyway, they need to take out a lighthouse, right, and the people guarding it as well.
Ooh, fighting people who have an immunity to all hero powers sounds like that'll be difficult.
Actually, super simple, barely an annoyance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because this guy who Naofumi's only met a whole 1 time gives him a shield that allows him to, you know, fight the people he's not supposed to fight.
And does that mean they successfully destroyed the lighthouse and the barrier?
They do, and their friends all arrive, and it's like a happy reunion sort of thing, right? Great, now that they're all in the country, does that mean they're finally going to go to the Emperor and try try to convince them that, Raftalia putting on the white and red robes was really just a misunderstanding? Oh no, Raftalia is fully set on becoming emperor of the country now. Sorry, I must have missed that. When did that giant change in the plot happen? Oh, that was always happening. Well, if it was always gonna happen, then why not just have it as though she wanted the throne from the start? Because I'm not gonna rewrite what I've already written. And so anyway, then Raftalia and the army is going to, go to this old capital where Raftalia is gonna get some vague emperor powers. Oh, did they meet any armies along the way? Because surely they would, Oh no, despite the fact that there is, supposedly an imperial army, we will never, ever see them. And we're only ever gonna meet its commander, this lady Shieldina, right? Oh, I'm a little bummed about the fact there's no army, but what's this new girl like? Well, she's gonna look a lot like Sardine. Wait a second, she looks similar and her name is similar. That's anime logic for they must be related. Oh, dang it, how did you guess my crazy plot twist? Yes, she is Sardina's little sister, and you know what? She's also gonna challenge her older sister to a duel. Oh, how does that go? Well, since she hasn't had much screen time up until now, Sardina decides that, for this one scene, she is just completely unkillable. Well, if she's all-powerful, then what is Shieldina gonna do? Well, she's gonna summon the soul of a previous emperor into her body, right? So, we have kind of like a final boss for Raftalia to fight. I have what? On just so many levels. Oh, don't think about it too much, or you will go crazy. But anyway, the point is that this older emperor is gonna look exactly like Raftalia, except she's got red lips and carries a giant sledgehammer. A final fight with two people who share the exact same powers and even look alike. Now, where have I seen this before? Oh, right. Everywhere. Shut up, I was stuck for a way to end it. I mean, the current emperor is literally like just a child. You could have had the emperor's imperial army fight Raftalia's rebellion army, like a real civil war. Oh, I'm begging you, please shut up. And so anyway, then evil Raftalia is gonna decide that she can fly now, and also she's gonna go explodificate the capital. And what reason is that? Oh, some vague reason that's not important at all. The important thing is that, the final fight is gonna take place in the capital now. I like it. So how does the actual final fight go? Well, I mean, Raftalia swings her sword and makes a couple of funny colors, and evil Raftalia does the same with her hammer, and eventually it's just over. Oh, that seemed rather quick. That's because it was, and evil Raftalia has decided that Raftalia is a worthy successor to the throne of not Japan. Wait, is that what this fight was about? The evil emperor didn't just spawn in and decide to randomly start destroying things? Apparently, and so, Raftalia is like, the emperor of the country now. And anyway, then we're gonna cut to the spear era. Oh, right, there are at least 3 other heroes in this thing, aren't there? Oh, yeah, he's undergone a lot of character development off screen, and, he wears, like, this fancy armor now, he's got a lot of new spells, he's got Philolias with him, and he kills the evil princess. Wait, he just kills one of the most central villains to the entire plot in just one random scene without any build-up? It does seem that way, though maybe he doesn't really kill her, because, there's something about, maybe he didn't, destroy her soul or something, and there's gonna be like a little twitch at the end. It's probably not important, though. I have questions. Good, and so then we're gonna end the season on like some happy, fun time memories kind of thing where everyone's back in the village and they're all so happy. Oh, well, I'm glad to see the happy people doing the happy things are happy. Right before we show the teasers of how season 5 is gonna be crazy and horrific and Alphemy's gonna have blood all over him and he's going like this. Oh my gosh, that is just such a giant jump and also a little scary. Exactly, which is why I think we should have it as the main image of just, every single article about this show. You think that might be a bit scary? I mean, considering that it's going to be a picture of Alphemy covered in blood. Not to mention spoilery if people are just randomly wandering these websites and haven't seen the season yet. Let me think about that. No. Okay then. So, you have another fantasy that takes place on the moon for me? Yes, sir, I do, but you might want to flip that one around. Oh, so on the moon for me takes place. No, it's gonna take place on Earth, on land, with, the moon shining above you. Okay, so how's this thing gonna go? We gonna learn more about Mikoto's powers, the goddess, the dragon slayer he defeated? Oh, no, we're gonna focus on an entirely new set of characters instead. Oh, I see, so it's like a reboot set in the same world, but with different characters? No, these people do exist on the same temporal plane as Mikoto, it's just that they were also heroes summoned by the goddess to this world. Well, where were they during season 1? Off screen, having their own season 1. So does that mean we're gonna spend like 12 episodes on each of the heroes and they're gonna eventually come together to defeat the big bad or something? Nah, I figure we can condense 12 episodes worth of content into 2 episodes. Won't that feel kind of rushed though? We can only hope that it doesn't do that. Alright then, what can you tell me about these heroes? Well, one of them is this girl named Hibiki, and Mikoto actually did know her back on Earth, and she's gotten the power to become inspirational. So essentially she just stands around giving speeches. Pretty much, yeah. Sounds kinda
hard for her to actually do anything, like, really heroic. Actually, super simple. Barely an annoyance. Oh, really?
Yeah, because, you know, she's got this little pet doggy dog that does, like, 90% of their fighting for her.
Oh, little doggy dog.
And, of course, you know, since she's a female character in a fantasy setting, all mention of having actual realistic armor protection is going to go out the window. In fact, it's going to look like her instructions were to wear as little clothing as possible.
Well, she's a female character in a fantasy setting. It would be rude for her to wear too many clothes.
And the other hero is going to be this guy who was kind of bullied and kind of hates himself and hates the world.
Oh no, why was this dude bullied so much?
Because he was a model.
He was a what?
You know, magazines, boardwalks, malnutrition. Kind of seems like exactly the opposite of thing you would be bullied for. Oh, well, you know, I kind of tried to reinvent the wheel with this one, so the message is like, hey, you know what, everyone? Models get bullied too.
You couldn't just make him a classic nerd. You just had to make him a model. Well, I mean, it's gotta be attractive, sir, or else the goddess won't take it.
Oh, then make him a non-bullied model. Just a model. Alright, listen, sir, we got a lot to get through, and we can't get hung up on this. So if you would do me the favor of just kindly getting all the way away from my spine about this bullied model thing.
Alright then, let me get all the way off of that thing.
And then the model guy is gonna get the ability to seduce women just by looking at them, the ability to fly with his boots, and also he's completely immortal at nighttime.
Wait a second, Hibiki got kinda duped with this power thing, didn't she?
It's gonna feel that way for sure. And then the model dude, he's gonna meet the princess of the nation he was summoned to, and they might have kind of a thing for each other.
I see, it's gonna be kind of a will they, won't they scenario.
They're gonna sleep together immediately.
What? This is anime though, you can't do that.
You know what, actually, I didn't think you could either, but it turns out you can.
Okay, I'm gonna have to remember that one.
And then Hibiki and the model guy, they're gonna join forces to try to take back Fort Stella.
And what are they gonna do when they reach this structure that is made of, I'm presumably thinking, blankets?
No, it's not. It's a real stone kind of fort, and the heroes have got to take it back from the demons.
Do they manage to do that?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Because you see, the demons, they've got this thing, this magical ring of convenience that pretty much takes away all the powers from the heroes.
Oh, no!
And so then that model guy, he's gonna decide he's actually late for a reservation, so he's just gonna kind of get out of there, and then Hibiki's gonna have to solo the whole demon army by herself, and that goes really, really badly.
Is she at least alright, though?
Oh, I mean, I assume she's alright, but it doesn't matter now, because it's time to get back to Makoto.
Oh, yeah, the main character of this whole show, right, what's he up to?
Well, he's just arrived in Rotsugard, which is like the academy city where the academy is.
Well, okay, cool.
But then it turns out he's actually not registered to take the student entrance exam, he's registered for the teacher's entrance exam.
What, how does a mistake that monumental happen in the first place?
Plot convenience.
There's no arguing with that one.
And so then he decides to take the teacher's exam, right?
Well, what was the test?
Alright, so there are these balls, right?
Okay.
And you have to tap the balls until they run out of energy and drop.
Yeah, you gotta drop those balls.
But Makoto, he's just too good at the ball game, so he keeps on popping these balls.
The great ball popper indeed.
But in the end, he manages to nudge the balls just right so that he can collect them.
I see. Hit the ball just right so that it weigh. Whoa. What kind of balls are we talking about here?
Oh, you know, various floating magical balls of colors.
Okay, cool.
And so now he's a teacher, and he's got students he's got to teach, and two of those students are people he previously saved from an evil curse.
Really? They sound interesting. What can you tell me about them?
One is tall and one is short, and other than that, there's absolutely no difference between them.
Just how I like my maids.
What? And then we're gonna meet the guild master Ludo, and it turns out he's actually the greatest of all great dragons.
What? Why is the greatest great dragon posing as a guild master?
Well, he's trying to make sure the humans, you know, go on quests, achieve glory, and some of them get eaten by monsters.
Oh man, that is wow.
And then he tells Makoto that there's no way he can possibly go home.
Why not?
Well, you know, because if he goes home, then that's the end of the show. We got no reason to keep going.
Oh, yep, sorry Makoto, you're stuck in a fantasy world where we can exploit you for money.
And then the town's gonna be all happy for the Academy Festival, but then the demons, they plan on cursed humans in the crowd, and they turn into these giant mutant things.
Why would the demons do that, though?
To cause some chaos, so that they can launch a coordinated attack on multiple countries while their leaders are stuck in Rotsugard.
I mean, surely they let people in charge to run the country during their absences, right?
Nope, there's no one else.
I mean, surely the military has been preparing for eventualities such as this, especially considering the humans are at perpetual war with the demons.
Unclear, but then the heads of the countries, they gotta get back there at all costs, and so Makoto's gonna actually decide to teleport them there.
What? I thought his whole thing was like he didn't want the humans to know how much power he has. Isn't that kind of like a dead giveaway?
Oh yeah! Whoopsie, so what's gonna happen next? And so then the goddess, she's gonna take Makoto up to her little place and be like, hey, you know what? I know we've had our differences, I may have tried to kill you twice, undermined you in crazy, numerous, uncountable ways, but could you also just, like, do me a favor and, you know, save the humans for me?
Oh, this is it, isn't it? The long-awaited
long-awaited meeting. Is he finally gonna tell her what he thinks of her to her face and refuse to help? Nah, he decides to help her in exchange for getting the ability to talk to humans again. Oh, the expectations of the whole series narrative being subverted are lit indeed. And then he's gonna drop in on Hibiki in a Gundam suit. Oh, what kind of suit? You know, a Gundam, you know, kind of like a Power Rangers kind of deal. So Makoto's gonna drop down onto Earth in a robotic suit, and presumably the people of Earth will have no clue what it's a reference to. So why on earth would he ever do that? Because, you know, he needs to hide his identity. He can't have people knowing who he is. Could he just wear a mask? I mean, why is the giant robot suit necessary? Because this way we can sell action figures in the Gundam section, and for no other reason. That is a historically difficult section to get figurines in, for sure. And then Makoto, he's gonna fight Sophia the Dragon Slayer and Mitsurugi again. So the giant big final fight of the season is the same people fighting for the same reasons on the same side of the conflict as the previous season.
Yes, sir, it is. I see no problems with that at all.
Good, because it's gonna end exactly the same way pretty much, except this time Sophia and Mitsurugi, they're dead for good. But it is a preferred state of aliveness towards villains for sure. In Makoto's camp, they're gonna have a big old party to celebrate. Well, why is everyone celebrating? I mean, Makoto did most of the work. Because it's the end of the season, we've gotta have a massive party to celebrate. That is just kind of a rule. Are they celebrating the fact that at least 3 countries were set on fire, or the fact that Makoto had to make a dangerous deal with the goddess who's been nothing but unkind to him, or the fact that he had to save people he didn't even really like? So they're gonna have a massive party to celebrate the fact that Makoto can now talk to humans. Aren't they all demi-humans? They could already understand him anyway. Hey, shut up. And so then Makoto's gonna decide to give Tomoe, Mio, and Shiki all his family names, so they're all like family now. Oh, that's sweet, I guess, but in another way of looking at it, couldn't that technically mean that he kind of married all 3 of them? No, because, just no.
That works.
Anyways, though, what did you think? It's okay, I guess. It's just missing something. It is, isn't? What key ingredient are we missing here? Oh, you know what it is? We've got to do that thing. You know, that thing we do where we create a completely subjective list of characters and rank them in terms of their strength as if that were a way to perpetuate interest towards the project. Gotcha, okay, yeah, I'll make one of those.
So, you have an anime for me? Yes, sir, I do. Do you remember SAO? Oh, yeah, I mean, how could I forget SAO, Salvation Army Officer? What? So what rank is this officer, and what exactly is the Salvation Army? Oh, sir, I think you've got the wrong acronym. SAO means Sword Art Online. Well, it also stands for State Auditors Office, Student Affairs Office, and the South Atlantic Ocean. Did you just Google the acronym SAO? Maybe, but my point is, there's a lot of uses of this acronym, so we need something to set ours apart from the rest. Oh, way ahead of you. This time we're calling it SAO 2. Well, what if people mistake it for the South Atlantic Ocean 2.0? Ah, but you see, what if I told you it's actually just the Roman numerals, 2? Oh, yeah, using old-timey language is definitely gonna make it different, for sure. Great, so the story's gonna pick up with Kirito getting a message from this government guy, right? Oh, a shady government officer. What, are we shamelessly ripping off every spy movie ever made? Yes, and more than once. Oh my gosh. Anyway, this mysterious government guy is gonna tell Kirito that there's this new VR game called Gun Gale Online, and people, they're dying in it. Okay, how many people have died, though? Oh, well, so far it's actually just, 2 people. Okay, but how did they die? Oh yeah, they died from a heart attack. Seems pretty plausible that those kind of things would just happen to someone, especially if they were someone who played a VR game. Ah, well, you see, there was this guy who shot them and killed them in the game right before they died in real life, and also just happened to be situated right next to recording devices to capture it. Oh, I see. I mean, what would the police do if there weren't cameras around to catch this guy? I don't know. I really don't know. So does that mean this guy with, the deathly gun is out there killing people? Oh, so close. His name's actually called Death Gun, and Kirito's gotta find out what this guy's up to. Okay, and how's Kirito gonna manage that? Ah, well, you see, he's gonna do it. Okay, right, but how specifically, though? Well, you see, he's gonna enter the VR game where, everyone uses guns and decide to use a not lightsaber instead. What? Well, because if we say it's a lightsaber, then that's copyright infringement. But if we say it's a not lightsaber, then, we're fine. Ah, very smart. Can we at least use the same sounds as a regular lightsaber, though? Surprisingly, yes. So, the non-lightsaber is gonna sound exactly like a real lightsaber, just because, we can do that. Nice. I am wondering, where's Asuna in this story? She was kind of a big part of the last season. Oh, yeah, she's there. Oh, where is she then? In various, park benches, just sitting there to give him advice. Well, does she have an actual role in the story? Because, last season she was actually very, very important as, a plot device. No, not really. And so we're gonna meet this girl, Shion, right? Oh, and what's this new girl like? She's a player in Gun Gale Online, and she's gonna mistake Kirito for a girl the first time she sees him. How would she make that mistake? Because Kirito's gonna have super long hair for absolutely no reason. Wouldn't the deep voice give him away, though? Well, no, because if Shion figures it out too soon, then we won't be able to have Kirito drop the reveal while he's in the girl's locker room. Oh, that sounds like a thing that I'm sure several people want to see. Exactly, and so, of course, Shion's not gonna trust him after that. Naturally. Until we need her to again for plot reasons, but in the meantime, Kirito's gonna enter into a tournament where they think Death Gun might be participating. Oh, and is he participating? Turns out he is, and turns
out this guy is also a former SAO player, part of a group called Laughing Coffin, who, like to kill people for real. Ah, that's why he's killing people now. Exactly, and so, Kirito, Shion, and Death Gun, they're all gonna make it to the finals of this tournament where they're all gonna have a face-off. Oh, they are? Yeah, but then Kirito's gonna realize he actually read the script, so he knows how Death Gun kills his victims. Ooh, is he like a hacker who hacked into the system and somehow managed to make it more Sword Art Online-like? No, actually, he's really just got a buddy that goes into people's houses and doses them with something that causes their heart to malfunction. Wait. So, the guy needs to procure a large amount of these lethal chemicals, find where these people live, break into their houses, stand over their bodies waiting to inject the liquid, and hope that Death Gun can manage to kill them in the right time in the game so that it looks like they died in the game. Yeah, pretty much. And you're telling me the police didn't discover any of this substance in the veins of these people when they did the autopsy? What's an autopsy? Oh my gosh. And then, Kirito and Death Gun, they're gonna have a big old final fight where, Kirito really needs to win because the attacker is probably just standing over Shion's unconscious body, they think. Oh, sounds like it's gonna be hard to defeat a guy called Death Gun. Actually, super simple. Barely an annoyance. Oh, really? Yeah, because, Kirito's just gonna decide that, he wants to win, so he's gonna activate his insane protagonist powers and kill Death Gun. Oh, and does that mean they're, in the clear? Yeah. Then, after a brief altercation with Shion's friend, who turns out to be the younger brother of Death Gun and the partner who broke into people's homes and murdered them, the police are gonna do some work off screen, and, it's all good. Okay, cool. So, is that the end? Is that the whole story? Oh, no. We've still got a 2 for the price of all the goodwill that is left remaining in the IP left to go. What does that mean? Well, essentially in 12 episodes, we're gonna shove in, like 2 whole arcs, which should probably be both about double the amount we're actually gonna give them, and combined together, it's gonna feel like really crammed in there, so it's gonna destroy most of the remaining consumer confidence left in the brand. Well, running beloved IPs into the ground is definitely a hot thing to do right now, so let's do it for sure. Great, so now the gang is gonna come together with the newest edition of Shion in a quest to achieve the magical sword of Excalibur. And how's that go? Well, they're gonna find it. Awesome! What else happened? Well, Klein, he's gonna ask for the phone number of an NPC in the video game, so, maybe that's a character arc. Wait. So he's gonna ask for the phone number of a VR digital NPC who absolutely does not have a phone number? I like it. And then we're gonna jump into this next arc where, Asuna's gonna meet this little girl called Yuki, right? Wait. Isn't her full name Asuna Yuki? I don't know. I'm gonna assume that that's probably correct, though. Wow, you're really swinging for the fences when it comes to naming these people. Oh, wait, no, see, this Yuki has an extra U in the name, so, it's entirely different. Oh, that is absolutely enough of a difference for people to not confuse very, very similar names, for sure. And then it turns out that Yuki, she's actually pretty sick, and so, she spends her whole life inside of a VR game. Oh, no. Yeah, and she's gonna decide to recruit Asuna into her party because, she really wants to kill a floor boss. Wait, she wanted help defeating a floor boss, and why didn't she ask Kirito, the guy who beat Sword Art Online? Hey, no. This is Asuna's show now. Kirito's just a side character in, his own show. Alright, I guess I was complaining about a lack of Asuna earlier, so sure, go ahead. You just better not pull this again. Oh, don't worry, I won't. Okay, good. Not until next season anyway. What? Never mind, just move on. And then Asuna's gonna join Yuki's party, and they're gonna defeat the floor boss, and Asuna's gonna take Yuki to school with her via a little magical camera device, and they're also gonna go out and just enjoy life and smile and laugh and kind of have a few heartfelt episodes, Did this just turn into a slice of life anime? For a little while, for sure, and then unfortunately Yuki is gonna pass away from her illness, and then we're gonna see all the AOL players together at the surface. It's gonna be kind of a sad moment. Aww, was the character at least around long enough for people to feel sad about her leaving? Oh, not at all, but don't worry, there's gonna be some really sad music playing, so the waterworks will flow. Wait, when did the goal become to make people cry? Always has been. Oh. And so, to end off the season, all the main characters are gonna have a nice old picnic in the park where they reveal that a season 3 is probably gonna happen. Oh, okay, it's finally over. Anyway, I've got this idea about a Gun Gale Online spin-off. What about it? Well, it just seems like such a cool idea in the sense that, it could make us more money. Oh, I don't really think that's such a good idea. Does it even star Kirito? Not really, no. Well, if it's a Sword Art Online project without Kirito in it, who would ever watch that? Oh, yeah, you make a good point. Okay, what if, in the second season of the show, we introduce a very, very quick Kirito camera? Yeah, that'll keep people interested for sure.
So, you have a new big-brained romance for me?
Yes, sir, I do. And this thing's gonna take place, immediately after the previous season ended.
So you mean after we saw Kaguya and Shirogane holding hands in the student council room, making the audience assume that they were actually together officially?
What? No. Did we do that?
Yeah, we kinda did, for sure.
Well, if that's where we left off, then it just renders the entire premise of the movie invalid.
Well, what if we just never acknowledged that scene existed?
That works, and so the story's gonna pick up the night of the culture festival when Kaguya was back home telling Hayasaka about the kiss she had with Shirogane, right?
Okay. classic gossip, that's for sure. Then Kaguya's gonna learn that she did a whoopsie and gave Shirogane a kiss that's made for a little more spicy stuff. That's a bad thing. Oh, very bad. I mean, couldn't she just explain to Shirogane that that's not what she meant to do and she got swept up in the moment and it didn't actually mean anything super special? Or better yet, what if she actually went all in on the baby making stuff? Because this is Kaguya-Sama. The whole premise of the show kind of revolves around the fact that people are unable to talk to each other about their innermost feelings. Oh, it isn't? It sure is. And so, you know, after that, Kaguya was just so embarrassed. And of course, the next day she shows up at school as a chibi. What? You know, like a chibi, a cute little gremlin baby. So the stress of giving Shirogane a kiss made her lose all her height? Well, no, she's not actually like a chibi. It's just like a physical manifestation of the mental state she's in, so to help the audience kind of understand where she's at. Yeah, you couldn't just show her like cold and distant and sleep deprived. You had to show the chibi. Yes, sir, we did, because this way we can sell Kaguya chibis. I am suddenly very on board with this plan. And why just stop there? I mean, there's so many other main characters we can make into chibis. Maybe we even do the side characters as well. You hear that? I think I'm hearing the ringing of money bells. Cool. Well, meanwhile, while all this is happening, Kaguya's gonna have a trial inside her head to try to determine if by kissing Shirogane she violated the Japanese penal code. And is she? Oh, who the heck knows? Realistically speaking, it's just a bunch of versions of Kaguya all arguing to have their way on what they should do next. And why bother having it in a courtroom? Hey, shut up. And so then it's gonna end up with Kaguya's original personality of Ice Kaguya taking over her. Cool. So does that mean like she's super cold? Like she physically emits chill? Yeah, and she's just giving Shirogane like the cold shoulder, acting like the kiss was just because she got swept up in the moment or whatever. What's Shirogane gonna do in response? Oh, just absolutely fail to hold her hand in the most spectacular way, despite the fact that she clearly wants him to hold her hand. Wait, what happened to that? I just got swept up in the moment and I'm all icy now, Kaguya. Oh, that was the previous scene. We're all done with that. Oh, okay. And then Kaguya's gonna decide that she just can't be around Shirogane, so she's gonna run away whenever she sees him. So she's just gonna be running through the hallway, down the stairs, up a two-story building through a window. What? But eventually Shirogane's gonna corner her at the top of a stairwell and they're gonna have a long old talk. Well, what do they talk about? Oh, I have no clue. That's not really important. Okay, but then what was the point of that chase? To show Kaguya's Spider-Man powers, clearly. Makes sense. I absolutely like her character 1,000 times more now that I know she's a secret Spider-Woman. And Shirogane, he's gonna go to Kaguya's cousin Maki, right? But she's gonna abandon him completely after discovering that he got to first base before her. Oh, yeesh. Kinda sounds like she's got her own problems to deal with. Oh, for sure. And then Kaguya, she's gonna go to her friend, and they're gonna try to work out how they can get Shirogane to kiss her. Oh, so that's what this is all about? She just wants a kiss? That's what we're going with. And so then the gang's gonna all gather at Fujiwara's house, and they're gonna have some crazy antics. Oh, crazy antics at Fujiwara's house? I can only imagine. The end in Shirogane receiving a pair of handcuffs from Fujiwara's little sister, just packed with malicious intent. Are there ever handcuffs packed with non-malicious intent? And then Kaguya and Shirogane, they're gonna end up at a park together where they're just gonna start talking about their feelings again. Oh, and how's that go? Well, Shirogane ends up kissing her and holding her hand, so all in all, you know, pretty bad. Well, that sounds good. How is that bad? Well, I mean, that means we've officially squeezed out the last drops of the courtship, so, I mean, there's not much more we can realistically talk about story-wise. Well, do they actually say the words? No, you're right. They haven't said the words yet. Well, you gotta say the words or else it doesn't actually count. Alright, so let's just say they go on a proper date and at the end of it, Kaguya properly confesses. Oh, that means Shirogane wins. 10 accounting owes me $10,000 dues. What? Wasn't this whole show kind of based on the premise that whoever confesses loses? Well, I put a lot of money into this thing. Yeah, I mean, but that was like 3 seasons ago. I think we moved a little bit beyond that initial premise. I haven't. Okay then, so the movie's gonna end immediately where we already thought we were at the end of season 3 with Kaguya and Shirogane together officially. Okay, it sounds cool, but realistically speaking, I don't know how we're gonna translate this into getting butts in seats. That is a good point. You know what? We could try the Christmas play. What's that? It's essentially where you make a movie take place at Christmas time, even if it has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas. Oh, I see. So, you know, people are gonna go like, oh, it's Christmas time, there's a Christmas movie, let's go watch it, and then their butts are in seats and we have our money. And you know what? Actually, that's gonna make the handcuff joke make a lot more sense. What? You know what? Never mind. But anyway, I was also wondering, since this is technically a movie, how are we planning to release it for Western fans over there? Oh, you know, I was just thinking like maybe a 4-episode OVA. Fair enough, but you know, if we're splitting into 4 episodes already, you want to add an opening and an ending to there? Sure, why not? I mean, we don't need to put that much effort into it though, right? Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's gonna win any awards or anything. Right? So, you have an anime for me? Yes, sir, I do. This one's called Blend S. What, like you're blending the letter S? No, that's not really it, no. Like, it's just a show where people take words with the letter S in them, take off the S, and then blend the S into oblivion. What went wrong with you? Hey, sir, I mean, what kind of sick mind would want to destroy the ability to make plurals of items? You're part of that singular cult, aren't you?
Sir, it has nothing to do with the letter S. It's about this cafe, and there are these maids working there that all have different kind of attributes, right?
And if that's true, and you're not part of the singular cult, then why is it called Blend the S?
Well, it's, You know, I gotta be honest, I really just picked it because I thought it sounded like a cool English name that would give us more credibility.
Oh, having a catchy name that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to the narrative storytelling is lit.
It sure is, sir. And so we're gonna be following this girl named Micah, right?
Oh, Micah, huh? What's she like?
Well, she's like a teenager, and, she wants to get a part-time job so she can make some money, right?
Not relating at all, go on.
And she's gonna press her face to the wall of a cafe, and then all of a sudden the manager's gonna come out and be like, I choose you.
What, was there like a selection ceremony she didn't know about?
Oh, no, I mean, the manager just kind of spots her in the window and decides that she'd be perfect to fill up one of the waitress spots.
Well, that is an amazing coincidence, isn't it? Because Micah, she wants a job, and she just stumbled upon someone willing to give it to her. That is pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, it's the most amazing coincidence you've ever seen. It's not like I wrote it or anything.
What, does she accept the job?
Yeah, she's gonna do that, but there is one small catch to this job.
Which is?
She's gonna have to be a sadistic waitress.
I'm sorry. A what?
Like she's gotta be really mean to her customer.
Does she have no concept of customer service? I mean, you're generally supposed to be nice to people.
No, sir, that's like what this cafe kind of does. All the waitresses have personalities, and they may or may not, usually not, reflect their real personalities.
Alright, well, I guess what are some of the others then?
Well, we've got this one, right? She's like a lolly, but she's actually a college student.
Do you have no concept of what happens to anyone's face, height, and overall mannerisms once they hit puberty?
Not really, no.
I'm sure it's not important. Continue.
Oh, we also got this tsundere waitress who really just wants to spend her day playing games, right?
Okay. I like me some tsundere for sure.
And I suppose we also got the cook in there. He's there.
Oh, let me guess. The cook is actually a masochist.
No, he's really just like a regular guy. Maybe we give him a hair color or something. I don't know.
Oh, a regular cook, someone normal. I'll take that too. Manager's also gonna be there though, and he's gonna spend most of his time doing, absolutely no work despite being a manager, and mostly just hitting on Micah-sama.
Wait. I thought you said Micah was a high schooler.
I did say that previously, yes.
Oh, did you do that thing that you like to do sometimes where you just throw out the concept of any legal dating age?
I did do that, yeah, but that way we can have them come closer together and slowly but surely realize that there's absolutely no romance in this thing at all.
Makes sense.
And along the way, more waitresses are gonna suddenly start popping in, right?
Wait, so the manager spent ages looking for someone like Micah to fill the masochistic maid role, and others are just gonna kind of appear? How's that work?
Well, I mean, the show started, sir. We've got to start introducing characters every few episodes, or else, I don't know what's gonna happen. Something bad, though, I presume.
That works for sure.
So first of all, we're gonna meet this redhead lady, right? And she writes kind of a not safe for children magazine.
A non-what?
And she decides she wants the experience, so she's gonna play like the big sister type, right?
Smart.
People do like the big sister type.
Oh, we're also gonna have an idol guy come in.
Wait, I thought idols were usually,
I will hear no further questions on this topic.
But what if I did have more questions, though?
If you ask any more questions, I will not hesitate to cancel you via Twitter.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't want that. Not at least until I'm safely on Mars.
Exactly. Now, wait, did you say Mars?
Not important. So anyway, what are these characters gonna do?
Well, they're gonna be working in the cafe, talking, doing, general cafe things.
I mean, is that it?
I mean, I guess they could go to the mountains to ski every once in a while or something. Give these people some kind of life.
Okay, but those are just like things that they might do sometimes. I mean, what's the actual story to this thing?
Oh, you want to hear about the story?
I mean, yeah, I think that is the concept behind a pitch meeting.
You mean the settings and the characters and their personal lives aren't enough? You actually need a story in this thing?
I mean, it's not exactly written in ink, but it usually is a prerequisite.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I don't actually have a story. I really just have all the character traits and then a piece of paper that says insert story here.
Okay. You know what? No biggie. In fact, story schmory. I'm sure that we as a couple of smart intellectual individuals can whip something up together with our two brain cells between us.
Yeah, I'm sure we can. Let's just give it some thought.
Ooh, yeah, I got nothing. How about you?
Yeah, not a single thing, no.
Well, I mean, how important is actually having a story? I mean, surely we can go without one.
Exactly. It's only like the foundation upon which all media is based.
Yeah, but that reminds me, now that we're clearly done on that other topic, we're actually gonna have to update some of the prices for the streaming services in the United States.
Okay, just moving all the way on from the previous topic I see. Is there any reason why you're upgrading the price?
I just kind of realized that, I control the prices, and I want more money.
Sounds good. I see no backlash coming from that whatsoever.
Yeah, are you okay? Like, do you need a parking validator or something?
Yeah, listen, I wanted to say, super simple, barely an annoyance.
That is a really weird thing to come up to someone and just say.
I don't know, I just had a feeling that I was supposed to say it for some reason.
I mean, is that it? Is that all you wanted to say?
Yeah, that's it. See ya.
What a weird fellow.
Good thing I look nothing like him.
So, you have an anime for me? Yes, sir, I do. And I was thinking that we do a discount Harry Potter, right? Rip-offs of infinitely more successful projects is how we stay in business. Great, so I was thinking we have our main character be this guy, Iruma, right? Oh, and what's this guy like? Is he in a cupboard under the stairs?
No, sir, he's gonna be in a tuna boat.
Oh, so this guy's got the kid that we're gonna send to discount Hogwarts.
No, actually, he is the kid. He just kind of works like pretty much like a slave for his parents who are taking all of his money and doing none of the work.
Oh, yikes.
And then one day, Iruma's gonna mysteriously get transported to the netherworld because, you know, his parents have sold him to a demon for some drinking.
Oh my gosh, I mean, those are the worst parents in history. Even the Dursleys never stooped so far as to sell Harry.
I mean, if they had access to a demon willing to buy, they might have. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that this demon bought Iruma because he wants a grandson, right?
That's like a wildly human thing for a demon to want.
That's because the demons are gonna be like pretty much just exactly like humans, except infinitely more colorful, especially in their hair.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. So does that mean that Iruma's just okay to be a human among demons?
Yeah, no, not really, because, you know, even though the demons are still pretty evolved from what we might consider, you know, they're still gonna eat a human on sight.
Oh, no.
Or not, it's just kind of vague.
Could you at least make it clear for my own sanity?
No, and so anyway, this demon Sullivan, turns out he's the strongest there is, and so, you know, he's gonna enroll Iruma at this demon school, Babulus, right, which he also happens to be the headmaster.
Ah, so he's like a discount Dumbledore then.
Yeah, pretty much, and then it turns out that Iruma got enrolled as an honor student, right, and so that means he's gotta give a speech to the incoming class.
Oh, does he say something about like how excited he is for his upcoming school
He
career?
recites an incredibly complicated spell by mistake.
How do you do that by mistake?
Well, in his defense, he was given a script, and, you know, he read the script,
yeah, I'm sure that won't come back to haunt him or anything.
And then this demon, Asmodeus Alice, who's like the strongest in the incoming class, is gonna challenge Iruma to a duel, right?
It just like, it immediately came back to haunt him.
It's okay though, because, you know, the spell that Iruma recited was actually a spell that meant he was unable to fall over for the rest of the day, so that combined with his super dodging ability means he's able to completely German suplex Alice.
And that works against a demon who can presumably use actual magic?
Turns out it does, and now Alice is gonna be Iruma's best friend.
How do you go from challenging someone to a duel to becoming their best friend?
Anime logic.
That works.
And so everyone's gonna have their first class, right? And we're gonna meet this teacher KAGUYA, right? And he likes to wear black, and he's like super strict with his students.
Oh, and it's just like the discount Snape?
I would neither confirm nor deny that the clearly discount Snape is at all inspired by Snape. And so anyway, we're moving on.
On to what?
Summoning familiars.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Oh, it sure is. And everyone's gonna be summoning these giant magical beasts, right? Like, for example, Alice is gonna summon like a giant snake.
Oh, and what does Iruma summon?
Oh, yeah, no, he's gonna summon Kalego instead.
Well, why, what, when, where, how did that happen?
Because, you know, Iruma, he's a human, right? So if a demon were to complete that exact same ritual, they would summon a beast as the familiar, but if a human were to do it, it turns out they get a demon as their familiar.
So surely that would reveal to the whole school that Iruma's a human, right?
Nope, turns out no one thinks twice about it.
Oh, okay, then I have no further questions.
Great, so anyway, we're gonna move on to meet Clara, right?
Oh, Clara, what's she like?
Well, you know, she's like super hyper and eccentric, and she can make anything she thinks of by pulling it out of little pouches on her belt.
Whoa, wait, so does that mean she could in theory make counterfeit demon money, or maybe even a whole house if she wants to?
She uses it almost exclusively for candy.
I respect that.
And so anyway, after a long series of something or others, Alice and Clara are gonna become Iruma's #1 and #2 friends.
Wait, which is which?
We will never know, but anyway, then Iruma realizes because he's got the strongest person in the class on his left, and the literal embodiment of just craziness on his right, that, you know, he might stand out a little too much, so he convinces his grandpa to make the misfit class just for the misfits of the school.
A misfit class? That seems kinda discriminatory.
Oh yeah, it very much is.
I'm sorry, we as a corporation cannot support discrimination in such a matter like this.
Did I mention that it will significantly, and I do mean significantly, narrow down the amount of characters we have to work with in the story?
Which is why, as I was saying, that we are fully behind this development.
Great, and so then it's time for everyone to get their ranks, right?
Oh, and how does that work?
Well, they're gonna do a super long race, kinda like a triathlon kind of deal, and at the end, they're gonna reach into this magic pouch of an owl and pull out their rank, right?
Seems like kind of a flawed system. I mean, what happens if you're just having like an off day?
Then they get assigned the lowest rank of Abba, which Iruma, after doing just a crazy amount of side quests and ending up getting disqualified from the race, is gonna get.
Oh no.
But you know, he's gonna also reach into the bag of the magic owl and get, you know, the super magic ring, right?
What does that mean?
Well, the thing about this ring is that it's able to store mana, which is like magical energy, right? And because Sullivan's got like the super premium deluxe mana because he's the strongest in the netherworld, he's just gonna fill Iruma's ring full of his own mana, and Iruma can use magic now, essentially.
Ah, so it's like Harry Potter's wand then.
Little bit, and so then we're gonna have the dodgeball arc, right?
How do you make a whole arc out of what I presume is like a single game of dodgeball?
Easy, if Iruma wins, he can get his rank increased, and you know, he really wants that to happen.
Ooh, sounds like that'll be difficult.
Actually, super simple.
Barely an annoyance.
Oh, really? Well, you see, because Iruma, he has this ability where he can dodge like literally anything thrown at him, so he wins the game super easily and gets his rank raised to bet.
That's good. How many ranks are there, by the way?
Oh, like 10, maybe 11.
Ooh, yikes, that might take a while to climb that ladder.
And then we're gonna meet Ameri, right?
Oh, America. What's this person like?
No, not America, Ameri. And anyway, she's like super tall with red hair and red clothes, and she's also the student council president.
They have those in the netherworld?
Apparently, and so anyway, she's on to the fact that Iruma's kind of a human, right?
Whoa, wait, how did she figure it out?
She spent 2 seconds and thought about what kind of person would summon a demon as their familiar and came up with the actual correct answer of human.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that would do it. What's she gonna do about it, though?
Well, she thinks about outing him, but then she realizes that he can actually read the shoujo manga that she's got lying around.
Why did they have human shoujo manga in the netherworld?
Not important, so anyway, in return for not, telling on him, he's gonna read her all the shoujo manga.
Oh, well, that's actually kind of cute.
It is, and slowly, and by slowly, I mean before they've literally even introduced themselves, Amari's gonna realize that, she's kind of fallen for Iruma, right?
Wait, she does?
Maybe. It's really not super important.
I mean, that sounds a little important.
And then we're gonna have Iruma, Asmodeus, and Clara look to join a battler, right?
What's a battler?
Essentially school clubs, and after looking at a lot of them, Iruma's gonna be met with an explosion, right?
Explosion?
Not important, but the source of the explosion was this dude named Kirito, and he's like the head of the magical apparatus battler.
Oh, what's this guy like?
Oh, well, he's shy and well-meaning, and also the villain of the series, yeah.
What?
Yeah, so there's gonna be this party for all the battlers called the Battler Party, where, they show off all their cool stuff, right? And Kirito, he's gonna use a magical apparatus to enhance his ability of barriers and sort of barricade the whole school in.
Why would he do that, though?
Because he's got this little magical ball that's gonna explode and kill them all.
Oh no, what are they gonna do to stop
Well,
it?
after figuring out what's going on, Iruma's gonna realize that, you can just move
The magic ball, like, it's not fixed or anything.
and Kirito just
doesn't stop him from removing the magic ball.
No, not really. I mean, despite the fact that he's clearly spent years on this, and it's like his sort of magnum opus master plan kind of deal, he just kind of stands in one place and lets Iruma do his thing.
And does he?
Well, the barrier is super duper strong, and only Sullivan would have the power to break the barrier and let everyone get away unharmed, right?
Oh yeah, where is Sullivan during all of this?
Oh yeah, Demon Border Control got to him. Something about, illegally entering the human world and doing some sort of trafficking there. It's probably not important.
Seems kind of important.
And anyway, because, Iruma's got this ring full of Sullivan's power, he decides to use it to break the barrier and send the flying ball up into the air where it explodes as like a bunch of fireworks, right?
Oh, wow, that's good. Does that mean that Kirito uses that opportunity to escape then?
Well, despite the fact that he was alone with an unconscious Iruma for a not at all short amount of time, he's just kind of gonna let them take him away, yeah.
That seems like super suspicious.
No, it doesn't. So then Amari, she's gonna pass out all the awards for the battlers, right?
Oh, does that mean that Iruma's battler gets one?
Indeed they do. They get the Tricky Award, which allows Iruma to go up from the rank of vet to Gimma.
Cool. Do the other people get to rank up too?
No, just Iruma.
Seems a little discriminatory.
Now you're getting in. So then, anyway, we're gonna meet Amari's father, right?
Oh, George Washington?
No, the head of border control. And just like his daughter, he's deduced that Iruma's probably a human, right?
Oh no, what is Iruma gonna do to escape border patrol?
Not to fear, because, Amari, she bumps into her father, and the first mention of the fact that she and Iruma might be spending some time alone, he kind of just, he goes limp, yeah.
Limp? Is he alright?
Not important. So anyway, we're moving on.
On to what?
On to demon idols.
Wait, they have those?
Apparently, and so then there's this girl in the misfit class called Karoli, right? And it turns out she's actually secretly the super popular idol Chroma-chan.
So
right?
what, is this like an idol anime now?
A little bit, yeah. And so anyway, through circumstances that are absolutely, definitely, possibly could happen, Iruma's gonna end up in a room alone with Chroma-chan and immediately deduce that she's Karoli from his own class.
Wait, how'd he know that?
By knowing. And so anyway, that's gonna cause Karoli to have a huge sort of fit, right? And so for some reason, inexplicably, she's just unable to perform that night.
Oh no, that's not good. What are they gonna do?
Well, Iruma's gonna decide that he, Alice, and Clara should definitely fill in for her.
Wait, like on the stage?
Yep, in full idol outfits and everything.
Was someone asking for this?
Apparently, and so eventually Karoli's gonna recover, right?
And so, because that she's now alright and recovered, they've done their job, they're gonna get off the stage, she's gonna continue the concert like normal, right? Right?
Now she decides to go on stage and join them, and it's like a huge hit with the crowd.
Okay. What was the point of that arc?
Fan service. And so anyway, to wrap up the season, we're gonna have Iruma realize that, he's kind of happy for the first time in his life living in the netherworld.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, it's so especially sweet that somehow it's gonna fill up a whole episode.
What?
Not bored. So anyway, what did you think? Honestly, it seemed extremely derivative, unoriginal, uncreative, and there was not nearly enough America for me. I'm married. And honestly, it just felt too long, and too slow, and could you have picked up the pace even a little bit?
Well, you know why that is, right?
Why? I kind of put in the groundwork so that we can intentionally have a lot of seasons of this. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get a second season of this thing, let alone a third or a fourth. Hey guys, Anime Pitching here. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, then I suggest you click over here for something that you might want to watch next. And if you don't, click it anyway. I mean, what else are you doing right now, realistically speaking? Anyway, see you in the next one.